Hope it doesn't break this time. Having some technical difficulties with my SD card. So, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, YouTube family. It's Poly Talk, but not Poly Talk. This time, I'm going to be talking about myself. It's not really politics or political in any way. Just thought my fans should be able to check me out every once in a while. Do a little Q&A and just get to know me better. I moved into a nice neighborhood a few years back. It's nice, so they tell me. Who tells me this? They. They are the ones who tell me that this neighborhood is nice. And I had a weird incident. It's like a Dave Chappelle skit, and it's not a skit. It's fact. This is not a joke. And just like you figure out if you can tell which skit it is. I'm gonna pretty much do it word for word. So I go out to my car. It is winter. It is actually like the winter that Jussie Smollett got assaulted. You know, they hung a noose on his neck and they poured bleach on his face and said MAGA or something, whatever they said. Allegedly, they said, whoever they are, racists. This is that winter when there was a polar vortex where the cold from the Antarctic that never comes down this far. No, the cold from the Arctic comes over, and then there's heat from the south, like the El Nino storm front, and then that stuff kind of swirled, created this polar vortex. Some shit I've never heard in my life, and I've been through blizzards. This is a storm like no other. This is a storm system, blah, blah, blah. Freezing polar bears solid seconds and stuff like that. But yeah, that was the thing. Cows in Texas flash frozen. Like polar bears flash frozen. Like this was some type of biblical storm. This was crazy how the storm worked. But this is not the story of that storm. This is just the story of that winter. Not even in the same week. I don't remember which week it was. I just know it was that year. Jussie Smollett had the thing happen to him. I'm running late for work. I get up, I get out, I'm on my way to my car, and I notice that on my back window, because it's the winter, you gotta brush the stuff off your car. You gotta knock the snot off of it. You gotta get the little dingleberries and hangy downs, and you gotta clean them off so they don't fall and cut your tires. So I was in the process of doing that when I saw that somebody put a slice of manufactured cheese on my back window. And I couldn't tell much. So many unanswered questions. But one thing I knew for sure, a white person had done this. I couldn't tell who, I couldn't tell when, but sometime between the time I got off of work and parked my car and the time I came out to get in my car, some white person had this cheese. It's premeditated. Nobody walks outside with a slice of cheese, warm cheese outside. It had to be warm cheese because it was flash frozen to the windshield. It stuck on the windshield. It was flash frozen, which means the warmth of the cheese from the inside of your house, and you go outside and you put that warm cheese on potentially a little bit of frost-covered windshield, and then that warm cheese melts a little bit layer that fucking ice that's on the windshield, and then now that ice is a little melty, that cheese sticks perfectly, and then everything fuses together. Now there's like cheese on the windshield, on the back window, and then it's flash frozen on there. And I thought that was the weirdest thing I've ever experienced in my life. Then I remembered the Dave Chappelle thing where somebody was driving around with a banana peel, and he could tell that banana peel was not ripe. They had been planning this. It wasn't yellow. It was too brown. I could tell. It was premeditated. So I could tell that this was premeditated because there was no cheese wrapper. And it wasn't like they frisbee tossed the cheese to my window. It felt like they took it in their hand and they just kind of said, "Swap!" right there on the back window. Why? Too many questions. Is it because I'm black? My wife's Filipino? Is it because our kids are going to be Puerto Rican somehow? I don't know. The only thing I do know is it was a white person. I live in a Polish neighborhood. Arabs are sprinkled throughout the neighborhood, and black people dotted here and there. Not even sprinkled, just like dotted here and there. Not a lot of black people have the time or will to do that to another person of color. I'm pretty sure it was some white person who thought this will be funny. I'll freeze some cheese to his window. I don't know why they would want to do that. It's not going to set me back. Like, I'm still going to go to work. I'm still going to be your neighbor. I've seen worse than this in my years. Worse than cheese. Worse than you. So I don't know why they would do it. I just know it was a white person. And I just know that they planned that shit out. Like, and I know when they did it, they probably giggled how only they could giggle. And it made them satisfied. How something like that could only make someone like that satisfied. And yeah, so that happened. I got the cheese off my car. I went and did my day. I went to work and came home. And I've always wondered why. And why cheese? Out of all the things. Why? Like, where were you walking around? I don't. I'm still thinking about it. That shit's in the past. Gotta let that go. But stop being weird, white folks. This is PSA. If you're watching, stop being weird. Raise your kids right. Spank the shit out of your kids and teach them to respect everybody and diversity. You know, Indian people are not weird because they have like a red dot. Some of them, you know. Asian people are not weird because they have phenotypes that are different than yours. Black people are not weird because they got big hair and big noses and big slongs, and we're better than you at every sport and everything else. No, we're not weird. Just let it. Diversity is acceptable. Inclusion is accepted, and it's gonna have to keep being that way. So if you're watching this and you're an ally, raise your kids up right, or don't fucking have kids. And if you're a toxic person, try to fix that. Thanks for watching my video, and if you like my content, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And hopefully this one doesn't get deleted by my SIM card. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.